Hey, welcome to the National Education Cycle. In this video, I will talk about how to have a good meeting. This is Abdou Sami. I'm a team leader at ISIC in Uppsala. Now you have a meeting with the company. Then you have to go through 3 phases for this meeting. The first one, preparation phase, in which I will tell you about 5 tips to do the preparation phase. And then the meeting phase, in which I will tell you about 4 tips to take care of. And then the after meeting phase, which is really important, and I will talk in it about 1 tip that you have to take care of. So, talking about preparation phase, the first step is gathering information. When you watch the video about how to know my leads, you will find about different ways how to gather information about the company. But in this phase, you have to gather a lot of information about the company. You should know as much as possible about the company. You have to reach the point that if someone asked you about this company, you have to present the company like how they present it exactly, in the same way, talking about the same values and the same vision and mission. So the more information you have about the company, the more confident you will be in the meeting. And this is a really important step that you have to do in the preparation phase. Setting points. You have to set the points that you will focus on during the meeting. Like bring your notes and put the points that you want to talk about this meeting. Like I will talk about ISIC, I will introduce our values, our offerings, I will ask him about this and that, and so on. So setting those points will help you a lot to have the meeting in a very good way. The third tip is setting the outputs and the takeaways that you want to get from this meeting. And this is really important because during the meeting, you will have a lot of conversation. But if you don't have something set in your mind that you want to take away from this meeting, then you will miss a lot of things. Like if you have an output to make this person interest to have a other meeting, then write it. If you want this person to be a partner, if you want this person to have to offer you something, then you have to set your outputs and write them, the main outputs that you have, that you want to come up with this meeting. The fourth tip is the scenarios. You have to think about the different scenarios that it may happen or it might happen during this interview or this meeting. Like imagine there's one scenario that this person will tell you that, okay, deal, I want to get this service from ISIC. Then you have to be prepared to for this scenario. What about the other scenario that if he told you that he's not interested or she's not interested, then you must be ready by your answer to this. And you have to think about all the possible scenarios. Like if this person asks for more, if you want to negotiate about the price, about the cost of your service, then you have to be ready. If this person asks about ISIC, about general information, then you have to be ready with the answer. And one of the most important scenarios that it may happen that this person asks you about information that you are not sure of, or you don't know about it, or you haven't heard of it before. Maybe because you're still a new member, or you don't have so much experience in ISIC and knowing everything about ISIC. Then in these cases, it's better to answer by, yeah, I will go back I'll discuss with my manager at this point, and I will get back to you by email or something. So you have to be ready by this. And the more scenarios you have in your mind, the more confident you will be in the meeting. The fifth and the last for preparation phase is knowing well. You must know everything about your company or your entity or organization. So before going to the meeting, you have to know about ISIC. Everything, the definition, the values, the vision, the team, the structure, the news, everything. Because it will be awkward if the other person tell you something about your organization that you don't know. This will be very awkward for you. Then you have to have a full information. You have to read a lot, specifically if you are a new member. You have to own You have to, this person must feel you own this company, not only a person working there. So now we talked about the preparation phase, the 5 tips: gathering information, setting points, setting outputs, building scenarios and thinking about the different scenarios that may happen, knowing well about your company or your organization, which is ISIC. So now we will talk about the meeting, the 4 tips that you have to do during the meeting. The first thing is presenting yourself. You must present yourself in a way that represents your organization, in a way that represents ISIC, in a way that the other person feels that you are super confident. It's not only about the words that you will tell, it's also about the attitude, how you will tell this information and how you present yourself. And this is really, really important. You have to think a lot about before you go in the meeting. And during the meeting, you have to present yourself very well. Your position and your name and so on. The second thing is to build a rapport. And this is really important and depend on the information that you gathered about the company. The more information and the more news you gather about the company, the more rapport you will be able to build during the meeting. Imagine that you have an information that this HR, he just got promoted last month. Then congratulate this person during the meeting. This will build a lot of communication and rapport between you and him. If his birthday this week or the next week or it was the previous week, if this company if this the anniversary of this company, then congratulate this person. So telling a personal things during the meeting will build a lot of rapport and communication. And the more communication and more rapport you have, the more trust you build with this person and credibility you build with him or her. The third tip is, at the end of the meeting, you should or you must wrap up the whole meeting. What happened in the meeting? And tell this person. Imagine that this person told you that he will put you in communication, connect you with other person in the company because he's not the right person. Then at the end, tell him again that, okay, you have to put me in contact with this person and I have to get back to you with this and that and that and that. So, and talk about what's next, what will be the next. If this person asks to get the service of ISIC services, then okay, the next will be another meeting, the next will be the contract, the next will be blah, 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 blah. And this must be at the end. The fourth, which is really important as well in the meeting, is how you dress. You have to dress well. And dressing well, it doesn't mean that you should dress a suit or should wear a suit or something very formal. That you have to wear something that suits the situation. If you're going to the company and you know that this company really, one of their values that the formal wear or something, and this of course depends on the information and depends on the social media, how to see the photos that you see in the social media. If you found that all their employees always dress very formal, then dress formal. If you see that they always dress semi-formal, dress semi-formal, casual, dress casual. So try to dress something similar to the company, and this will help you a lot in the previous points as well, which is the rapport and the communication. So now we finished the 2 phases, the preparation phase and the meeting phase. So now we will talk about the after meeting phase. And this is really important. It's really preferable and recommended to send an email after the meeting and within the same day. So it's better to send an email within the same day to this person, like after 1 hour, 2 hours from the meeting, thank you email, like thank you for your time, and those are the points that we talked about, and those are the next steps that we will do. So to wrap up the whole meeting in a formal way, in a written way, because most probably this person has a lot of things to take care of other than this meeting. So this email will keep him and reminds him with you. And this will help you, like after 1 week, if this person forgot something, then you can make a follow-up email about what's up and I appreciate your response to my email. I'm still waiting a response according to regarding the points that we had in the meeting. So this thank you email is really important. It also can be a phone call, but it's always preferable to be only email, not a LinkedIn message, not a phone call, not a normal message. So at the end, those are the three phases that you have to go through. The preparation phase, by gathering information, setting the main points that you will talk about on the meeting, setting the main output that you want to get from the meeting, thinking about the scenarios that may happen during the meeting, knowing well about your organization, about ISIC. During the meeting, you have to present yourself in a good attitude, in a good way, in a very confident way. You have to build the rapport, use the information that you gathered before to build the rapport and the personal communication by congratulating this person about something. Wrap up the meeting at the end and dress properly. And the last one is the after meeting, send a thank you email. So at the end, this is Abdul Sami, team leader at ISIC Uppsala. Thank you so much for your time. Bye bye.